First, e-learning speeds up employee training because employees can access the e-learning, the material anytime they want, anywhere they are. They can set their own pace. They can train whenever they have spare time. Sometimes in the market, it's called, or in the industry, it's called just-in-time learning. Number one, e-learning speeds up training. So saving time, that's a huge thing companies want to do. Save time and have it be more effective. Number two, e-learning is cost-effective. Cost reduction is usually the main reason why companies switch from traditional classroom-based training to e-learning.
That's a big one. And I think some companies don't necessarily see it that way, but even just starting off, there's no travel expenses. Even going back to the first point, if it's courses online, everything's accessible for employees or whoever is accessing the training to just log in and train whenever they want, essentially.
Yes, it's very convenient. And not only that, that's what people want. You know,
it's true.
Learners don't want to have to sit in a classroom and be taken away from so many other things they want to be doing for hours at a time. And a lot of times it might not even be that effective. I would say the third reason e-learning is so important is because e-learning helps maximize knowledge retention, simply because it's much more engaging than learning in a traditional classroom setting. Also, it provides learners with interactive content, multimedia, exciting visual imagery. And so it's great to be listening to a traditional face-to-face in-person training, but it's not going to have as much impact as you learning as an adult, looking at images that are telling a story.
That's true.
You can also include with e-learning interactive quizzes, knowledge checks, assessments. Yep. You can find out the temperature of how much people know or what they don't know. I would say the fourth reason, e-learning leads to higher productivity. According to IBM statistics, e-learning can increase productivity by 50%. Another huge important point that companies and businesses need. They want higher productivity. E-learning, it leads to higher productivity because they can train at home and then they can focus on their core tasks while they're at work, especially because with e-learning, they can revisit any of the information that they don't know whenever they need it. So that's the beautiful thing I think about e-learning. It's there when you need it, and it's not being forced upon you when you don't want it and you're not receptive to it. So there's lots of good stuff in that. Another reason, e-learning fosters better collaboration. No matter what business you're in, no matter what industry you're in, I bet you there are problems with communication in your company. Somewhere there is a communication breakdown. Top to bottom, bottom to top, peer to peer, manager to what, you name it, there's going to be communication problems. E-learning is so beautiful because it puts everybody on the exact same page, literally.
It's true.
And then I'm going to go to my very last point because it's the biggest one with e-learning and why it's so important and probably what everybody else wants to know. And that is that e-learning significantly increases revenue and return on investment. People are afraid to say that. I'm not. I don't need to go into statistically prove. I've watched it. I've seen it. I know what you can get for $10,000 of my time as a speaker presenting to you for a couple of hours versus what you can get for $10,000 and investing in creating a product that's a 15-minute module that you can sell and promote to the world. The value and the scalability of what you can do with that product, it's insane. So over 40% of companies say that e-learning's helped them to boost revenue levels. And companies that offer training technology, including e-learning, have generated more than 25% higher revenue per employee.